Sometimes God asks us to do things that feel uncomfortable.
What if you don't want to?
Then you can listen, or choose another direction.
There once was a man named Jonah who lived near a very wicked city called Nineveh. Jonah often sat quietly and thought about the people who lived there. One day, Jonah was resting under a tree thinking about those people of Nineveh. They had done many wrong things, and Jonah felt like they didn't deserve God's help. One day God said to Jonah, "Go to Nineveh and tell the people to stop doing those wrong things to each other." But Jonah didn't want to go. The people were very wicked, and Jonah didn't want God to forgive them. Jonah kept thinking about the people in Nineveh. He felt upset that God wanted to save them, and he didn't want to obey, so he made the choice to try and hide from God and go a different direction. Instead of going toward Nineveh, like God had told him to, Jonah went toward the docks, and he climbed aboard a big ship going far away in the opposite direction, hoping to avoid doing what God had asked him to do. The ship left the harbor, and when it got out to sea, suddenly, dark clouds rolled in. Strong winds began to blow. Huge waves rocked the ship. The sailors were frightened, and the storm just grew stronger. The sailors began to ask, "Who has caused this storm to come up on us?" Jonah stepped out from where he was hiding on the inside of the ship and explained, "It is me. God sent this storm because I didn't obey him." Jonah told them, "If you throw me into the water, the storm will stop." The sailors didn't want to do it, but since they feared for their lives, they did as he asked, and Jonah splashed into the ocean, and as soon as he was in the water, the storm stopped. Just then, God sent a huge fish. It opened up its big mouth very wide and gently swallowed up Jonah. He was safe, warm, and protected inside. And now, he had 3 days to think about disobeying what God had asked him to do. Inside the big fish, Jonah had nothing but time to think about what he had done, and he prayed a lot. He told God he was sorry he hadn't obeyed when he first told him to go to Nineveh. He was ready to go now, and he thanked him for keeping him safe. After 3 whole days inside the belly of that big fish, the fish swam up to the shore and spit Jonah out of its mouth on the beach. Jonah was finally ready to go do what God had told him to do, to warn the people of Nineveh. Jonah walked down the long, dusty road to Nineveh and told the people God said to change their wicked ways, even though it wasn't what he really wanted to do at first. To Jonah's surprise, the people listened to God's message. Families began to pray together. They started to help one another instead of fighting, and they promised to be kind from then on. Jonah saw that listening to God made a real difference. Jonah learned an important lesson that day. Trying to avoid instructions only makes things harder. Following what God asks us to do often helps others and keeps us safe as well.
Jonah chose the wrong direction, and it caused big trouble.
Yes, Elijah. Avoiding what we should do often makes things harder.
So listening helps?
It always leads us back on the right path.